And I hear this argument a lot about, we can't tax wealthy people because then they'll leave. Okay, well, fine. If we take that as as a serious risk that we want to consider, then what are the steps that we can take to disincentivize that? Can we introduce an exit tax? Can we introduce higher taxes on foreign investors?
That's bad.
These are
you
things
really don't want to do that.
Perhaps you feel that way, but there are other steps that we can take to disincentivize that we should be talking about, rather than just saying, well, we can't possibly tax the most wealthy billionaires in the country who are extracting wealth from all the people.
But we already do. This is not billionaires. The top 1% of earners pay 30% of all income tax already. The top 10% of earners pay 60% of all income tax. We do have a very progressive tax system. Like, you can say it should be more so.
Absolutely, that is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Let me say something, because you talk about how can you tax people instead of them leaving the country. They did bring in a law in America that you do pay American tax unless you renounce your US citizenship. And then you still pay American tax for, I think, 7 years or something like that. So you can bring in something of that nature. If we live in England, we belong to a club. And if you belong to a club, you pay your membership subscription. And you don't always have the club doing what you want it to do, but you still pay your subscription. There is a benefit to living in England. It's a nice place to live, or the United Kingdom, I should say. People are much more prepared to pay their membership subscription if they feel that their subscriptions are being spent on all the right things.
Couldn't agree more. In terms of the, having done a lot of investigating into the NHS, and seeing the people who don't turn up for appointments. I mean, obviously you don't see them because you're not there, but, seeing the number of people who don't turn up to appointments and things like that, there's enormous wastage in the system. And when I think of the stamp duty we spent, which may be abolished, I wouldn't resent a penny of that if I felt it was being properly spent. But I see massive waste in the public sector, massive waste. And I'm on the centre left. So, no wonder the Daily Mail are railing against some of these things, because there's a lot of inefficiency.